live here for the Silver Bullet
Sorry
Racing
about that,
League
dude.
broadcast. Glad to be back in the booth for these guys. It's been a week since we last saw them out
My
here.
bad, Dana.
But they
Exit
take
is weird.
the mini stocks here to Lincoln Speedway. This is a new track for me to broadcast. I haven't broadcasted this track yet. But I think it's going to be a good show. Last week you guys saw Silver Bullet Racing League put on a really good show. And I know they're going to do it here again. So the mini stocks will be up. And then after the mini stocks at 9 p.m. Eastern, the 358 modifieds will follow. So right here in practice, with just under 7 minutes remaining, these guys are making their way around the track, trying to get a feel for it. Look like it's already taken some action there as far as the slickness. They're just into the turns, but definitely still a tacky track nonetheless. But glad to have you guys out for Rapid Racing TV. You know, I always love being here for the leagues that put on a good show, and Silver Bullet Racing is one of those, so glad to be here. FTR, what's going on, my man? Good to see you here. All right. We're going to start going through some of your drivers and see how they're stacking up on the practice grid. At the moment, Dylan Roberts out there in the number 92. He's sitting ninth right now with 18.43. Carter Long is the one out in front with a quick time of an 18.20. John McKern in the 36. Following up behind Carter, not at the moment I got him running the same time. So if that's correct, that's going to be that's pretty cool. Tied for the first place quick time there in practice. Joey Brewer, the driver out of North Carolina, and the number 62 blue and yellow mini stock. He's sitting third quick right now with 18.23. So puts him in a top 3 position right now for the quick time. But again, it's just practice. You know, I started broadcasting mini stocks, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go try them out. And I can tell you right now, these cars are not easy to drive. You know, the rear wheel, I would assume a 4-banger, and they are just not easy to drive. They're fun. So I give it up for these guys out here. You know, getting these cars around the track, it's not easy. Out of the hometown of New Berlin, Todd in the 84, we got the Green Bay Packers there on his helmet. Got the Kool-Aid machine making his way out of the track with 4.5 minutes remaining left. Henry Jones there in the number 2. He's got a nice looking, he's actually in the number 25. That thing's a good looking car. He's ripping the top side of the track there, going down the back stretch, up into 3 and 4. He is sitting 8th right now with an 18.37 as his quick time.
Oh, sorry, Don.
Dalton Norris, the guy who runs this show, number 67. He's sitting 12th right now with an 18.49. I believe he is going to the top of the racetrack, hops out of the race car. Some drivers that are sitting in the more towards the back of the field. Cole Nordman in the 96. He's running an 18.87, so not extremely off the pace there for Cole. Just 3.5 minutes remaining for your guys' practice. Then we'll move into some qualifying. And we'll keep going through. I believe we got heats and then your guys' feature. And following these guys again will be the 358 modifieds, and they'll be back here at Lincoln Speedway. So a lot of good racing on tap tonight for the Rapid Racing Silver Bullet Racing League on iRacing here. Joe Morant, the number 13, he's making his way around the top side of the racetrack there. He's sitting 19th on the grid with an 18.89 as his best time. So a lot of these drivers are familiar faces from last week, which is always good to see. It helps me out, you know, memorizing the raps and the names and where they're from and all that good stuff. Sitting top 20 right now as he hops out of the race car. Dana there in the number 7. He's just got a black and blue scheme on that car. Nothing special, but he sits top 20 right now. So Dylan Roberts there on the track. Just 2.5 minutes remaining here. Glad to have you guys a part of the stream tonight. It was a rough week last week. I had a Silver Bullet Racing League Sunday. I had GFI Monday. Had C2C Tuesday. And now I'm picking up a league on Thursday. So basically, you're going to see a lot of rapid racing action on the YouTube channel here. And my Facebook is almost to 100 followers. So once the Facebook gets to 100 followers, we'll be able to go live on there as well. And I'm really wanting to go live on Facebook. There's nothing against YouTube. I think Facebook just it's a little bit easier to share around, especially in like the iRacing groups that are on Facebook or league pages and whatnot. It just looks a little bit better than just sharing a YouTube link because it could come across as a little ugly nonetheless. Joey Brewer, we had the camera on him earlier, the driver out of North Carolina, and the number 62 has been using up all the practice time for him. Let's go. When do you race? Well, FTR, that's a good question. I want to race. There's just not a lot of time with how busy the broadcasts have been popping off. But I would like to get maybe find a league that maybe runs before or after the broadcast again. More of a dirt guy, but I've found myself in an asphalt car, NASCAR being specific, pretty often these past couple weeks. I broadcasted GFI, and I was like, man, this is my first asphalt race. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to go give NASCAR a shot. Now that they got the cars in the track, but, might as well. I saw how it was up in the booth. Let's see what all the hype is about. And I'm not going to lie, it's pretty fun. Excuse me. The hosted races, though, on asphalt, I don't think I'm going to find myself in there too often. I try to couple out, and they're just not – they do not run those correctly at all. The officials are good at least, but like dirt hosteds, like 90% of the time they are not very good, but then sometimes you do get into a really good dirt one. Like today, we took the UMPs to Lanier, and we ran all 40 laps. I think we only had one yellow or so, and it was actually really good racing. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, Cody. It'd be nice to see you, get out of the booth and go into the NASCAR, especially with GFI, a good league for asphalt. But the Silver Bullet Racing League here tonight, 15 minutes of practice is over. They're going to be moving into qualifying. We're going to start picking a couple drivers out that we see. Actually, I don't think they do qualifying. Yes, this is a league that doesn't do qualifying. So we're going to grid up for your guys' heat race. Number 1, Joe Morant, going to start you guys off on the pole, the number 13. On the outside of Joe, going to have Glenn Sharp, the 99 out of Carolina. The driver out of Ohio in the 36, Mr. John. We had the camera on him quite a bit last race. On the outside of John, Eric Steele in the 32. Starting row number 3, Joey Brewer there in the 62. On the outside of Joey, the driver out of Illinois, Dylan Roberts in the 92. Oh, I forgot Taylor. My bad. Taylor James starting P7 in the 98. And then Dylan's going to round out the last car here for the heat number 1, as I believe Joe is taking an EOL. And it looks like already going to have to restart the...
All right, guys, don't forget. Let's keep it clean and green.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I believe he did take an EOL, but I already think my overlay
Remember, no
is
cautions during the heat, guys.
doing what it loves to do after practice. And I don't understand why it does it either. Every time after practice, it just decides to not like itself. But as I'm restarting it, hopefully I can still get the race up on the screen here.
Good luck, guys.
Green flag.
I'm hoping it. I just don't think so. So heat race number 1 for these guys. Won't be able to get the grid off the screen, unfortunately. Okay, we're gonna do it without a overlay on this one. But the number 36, John McKern, out in front early here in your heat race number 1 as he takes his mini stock to the middle of the slick into 1 and 2. Now Thunder's down the backstretch here. He's got a pretty good gap between him there and the 62 of Joey Brewer. So Joey Brewer kind of running the same line there as John, but not as quick as John. So number 36 out in front. Glenn Sharp there in the 3rd position. Running the top side of the track into 1 and 2. Almost hits the wall there out of 2, but keeps it together. A little bit of a battle here between Chris and Dylan. So Chris and Dylan was the battle on the speedway there. Dylan, though, moving a little bit further back. So that'll allow Chris Allison there in the 4th position as he moved up 2 spots from where he started. So Dylan Roberts there, up 3 positions from where he started. We're going to see if he can find any momentum there behind the number 20 car. John in the 36 out in front with the commanding lead here, just with a few laps left for heat race number 1 at Lincoln Speedway. He's got his car dialed through the slick. So Joey Brewer making his way behind John, looking to make something happen there in his 62 car. Glenn Sharp there has a car on his bottom side. So Dylan Roberts knocking on the door of Chris and Glenn. So Chris now takes that P3 position away there in the number 73 car. He's going to have to hold off Glenn Sharpie in the 99 as he makes a little bit of a gain there out of turn number 4. Chris Allison there making it happen at Lincoln Speedway. Moved up 3 spots. As we got Glenn Sharp on the outside of Dylan Roberts. Dylan Roberts on the inside there. The battle between the 99 and the 92 as they go down the backstretch here. Down the backstretch up into 3 and 4. 99 on the outside. 92 gets tight on the inside. Might lose a little momentum. As yes, he does. Glenn Sharp makes his way in front of Dylan for the P4 position there. Making the top side work. As Dylan struggling a little bit there on the middle of the racetrack there, but he's not out of the fight just yet. We'll see if he can make a move into 3 and 4. Sorry, 1 and 2. Not enough, not enough. So give it to Dylan. Still out in front, moves up the racetrack now, so takes away the 4th position. So that will be the checkered flag. So if you guys just give me a second here, we are going to get the overlay back up. And hopefully for the rest of the night we will not have that issue again, because it only seems like it happens for one night or one race early in the night, and then the rest of the night it just decides to work.
What's that, Mike? You sure?
All right, so this is going to be the next heat race on the track. Some technical difficulties up in the booth. I'm going to go dark here for just a second, guys, as we're going to restart the whole shebang here. And hopefully when we get back, it's going to start working for these guys. Again, my apologies. Still haven't found a fix for why it does this just yet.
Sorry about that call.
All right. We're going to see if we're back in action, hopefully for y'all. I feel very bad that that's deciding not to work. All right, out in front, Craig Bristol. He's going to be P number 1 with 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go here in this heat race. As you see, a lot of these guys taking their mini stock through the slick and up at the top of the racetrack. Craig Bristol making it happen there in the 39 cars. He has a perfect example of him doing that. Out behind Craig, the number 84, Todd Baer. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Running in the second position, makes a little bit of a mistake there into turn 3 and 4. He was up on the Coors Light car of Craig Bristol. Todd's the guy running the Kool-Aid car, so the Kool-Aid car making his way into P2. 3 laps to go, 3 laps to go. We got Cole and Riley. Cole and Riley there, the battle on the speedway. The number 96 there on the inside. He's going to see if he can keep it together for 2 more laps, so that is Riley and Cole. Riley there going to be on the top side of the racetrack there. 96 on the bottom. They're going to be side by side here down the backstretch. Going up into 3 and 4. Who's going to have it with the white flag? White flag, 1 to go. The 96 running through the slick. We'll see if Riley can get a good run. It's going to be about the same for those 2 drivers as the white flag comes out. Riley was a little bit faster there at the line. Goes to the top side of the racetrack into 1 and 2. So white flag, final time down the backstretch. As Riley finds himself with a good run there off of 2, upside on the top of the racetrack, and give P3 to Riley out of Canada. Right behind him, Cole Norman there. So good battle there between those 2 drivers. Michael Massey, P5, Kevin Prettyman, P6, and the 314 and the number 11 car rounding out your final 2 positions. So Craig Bristol was the one who took the heat race number win. Good battle there, and we're going to have heat race number 3. So 3 heat races on tap for these guys. So we're going to get the grid up here with Patrick Solari in the 099. Going to start you guys out. We're going to get the grid up on the screen. He's going to be P number 1. On the outside of him, Carter Long in the 17 out of Georgia. Row number 2, Wesley Guatley, the number 81. Chris Beavers on the outside of him in the 03, starting row number 3, Henry Jones and Sean Green. And final row on the track is going to be Dalton Norris in the 67. On the outside of Dalton, Dana Champagne, number 7 car. Get the grid off your screen. Isn't it so beautiful when things just work? Sometimes it just needs a restart. But now, we're going to be rolling here with Carter and Patrick. Going to start you guys off here.
Do what, Wes?
They're going to be double filed here down the front stretch, I believe.
Fair.
So this should mean 1 to go on the racetrack. Good stack of cars here for heat race number 3. As the all-purple car going to start you guys off here momentarily. That's a good looking wrap there on that car. I do like that scheme. These guys let their imaginations run wild on these iRacing cars, and it's so nice to see that. It's so nice for iRacing to let people have that ability. So we'll go back to TV number 3. We'll have Patrick Solari taking the green flag here for 6 laps. For heat race, sorry, not 6 laps. It's just updated. 8 laps. 8 laps will be the distance here. Patrick out in front early, but he's got the number 17, I believe, of Carter Long knocking at the rear bumper. Looking to make something happen there. They're almost 3 wide into the turn. As they are beating and banging there in the back of the field. Patrick still up in front, though. The number 29, Carter Long, looking to make something happen there on Patrick. They're going to come out of 2 down the backstretch here. Oh, we got 1 around and got damage there. They're not going to call the caution. So 81 of Wesley Guatley up and around turn number 2. And got a lot of damage there, but he keeps it going. We're going to go back up front. Patrick and Carter still the battle on the speedway with 6 laps to go, 6 laps to go. Everybody else is spread out. Number 29 going to look to make something happen there on the slick. That is Carter Long. Carter Long coming down the front stretch here. As Patrick finds a little bit of rhythm in his 99 car. Finds himself out in front with just 5 to go, 5 to go. Chris Beavers got a little bit of speed. Takes the 03 to the top of the racetrack there. Looking to make a move there for P number 2. He finds himself P3 at the moment. Dives down to the bottom side of the racetrack. They're going to be side by side now. 29 and 03. The battle on the racetrack. 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go. Now they're coming down the backstretch. Drag race here. Drag race between the 03 of Chris and Carter. As Chris makes a move on the bottom side. Slides up in front of Carter. Finds himself now into the second position there with 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. As Chris found something to work with on the bottom side of the racetrack there in his dirt mini stock. And he is up 2 spots from where he started. Patrick pretty much found his rhythm at Lincoln here early in the night. Got a lot of slick into the turns, but it doesn't affect him at all as he puts his race car on the bottom side of it. Chris goes high on the racetrack, but he might have lost a little momentum, not what he wanted. As Carter Long looking to make something happen. Carter gets loose into the wall on the white flag. Heartbreak for Carter Long. As maybe just got too hard on the throttle there and hard into the wall. Patrick out in front is going to be taking your guys' checkered flag. Checkered flag for the 99. Chris Beavers P2. Sean Green P3. Dalton Norris is currently battled out there with Carter. Who's going to have it at the line? 67. Dalton Norris going to have it at the line. But heartbreak for Carter. He had a podium finish there for the heat. And, again, Carr just wasn't happy where he put it. And he got really loose, and there was basically no chance of saving it before he got into the wall. So we'll go into a 5-minute warm-up here. We saw some really good action there for the first 3 heats of the night. These guys will make their way out here for warm-up. Again, the track carries over, so just another few minutes here to work in the track even more. Found a lot of these mini stocks, as you see right here, just kind of putting the left front on the tackiness and then having the rest of the car up on the slick. And maybe that's just where these cars like it. I'm not sure. I know if I was driving a UMP or a late model, it definitely wouldn't like it there, but seems as a 2-lane racetrack gonna happen
man,
here.
I'm so sorry, bud.
That was all me, dude. Sorry.
So the TNH Racing, Dylan Roberts.
No, Glenmurray.
It's actually, Dylan Roberts is a part of my team. So TNH Racing, if you guys haven't tuned into the last stream, you know that is me and Cody's iRacing team. And we're glad to have Dylan Roberts on the team. He's the one making our wraps. And that's a good-looking car that he's got out here. And, you know, Dylan's still making his way through, you know, iRacing and getting a feel for all these different kinds of race cars that it provides. As the owner of TNH Racing, we provide really good setups for our guys. You know, we want to make them the best that they can be. So Dylan Roberts, the 92, a car to keep your eyes on tonight as he makes his debut with the Silver Bullet Racing League. Chris Beavers, at the moment, running 1858. So he's quick time here in the warm-up. Again, that really doesn't mean anything, but might see who has got their car figured out as far as speed and time goes going into the feature. We have any fans? Any fans in the stands? Who are you cheering for? Let us hear it now before we get started with our feature. Following this, at 9 p.m. Eastern, will be the 358 Modifieds. And you already know those 358 Modifieds love to put on a good show. Wesley Watley now with a quick time. He's running an 18.39.
Oh,
So the Mud Duck Racing 81 of Wesley
Oh, you're fine.
finds his car pretty fast here before the feature.
You guys.
So Cody Haddon's cheering for Dylan.
Got that, the meeting,
That's a
I think
given.
some of
I think you should
were
always
not
cheer
here.
for the teammates.
We had a chat about the yellows and such. Let's get back to the clean, green, respectful racing. And I just ask everybody to please race your car with the track and just have good, clean racing.
So this is
Try
what
to
the
have
inside
less
of the
cautions
dirt
and
mini stocks look like if you've never
a little
been
more
in one.
camaraderie and respect
Very
on the
basic.
track. So great.
Nothing crazy on these guys.
Great heat
As you
races,
see,
and
Kevin
thank you guys all for
Prettyman in the
showing up as
88
always, and
is who we got the camera on
let's,
right now,
let's
making
have
his
a
way
good
around the
clean
track.
race with a lot of green flag racing, please.
These guys basically redline the car all the way around. I mean, they're holding it at $9 grand, foot to the floor on the front and back stretch here. Always a good view to see. We'll go on board with Sean Green. Sean Green, a name that we haven't been able to see. I believe he was in heat number 2 when I was having those issues, but that's the number 27. He's sitting 4th quick time right now in warm-up with an 18.55. As you see, absolutely running the running that car to the maximum. Into 1 and 2. Just a couple minutes remaining for your guys' warm-up. We'll move into the A main event tonight. Down the front stretch here for Sean. And right through the slick he goes, up into the tackiness. See, he's got a pretty fast race car here. Joey Brewer. That's the inside cam with Joey. That's the 62 car running an 18.39 right now, so sitting top 3 for quick time and practice. We'll go back outside and see what these cars are looking like here before the feature. So Patrick, he found himself with a heat win, and he finds himself at the top of the leaderboard for the warm-up. I think Patrick is finding himself going to have a good night in his mini stock. He qualified really good. He took home a heat race win. Then he basically takes home the fastest time in warm-up. The checkered flag is now out for the warm-up. But I think we'll see the purple machine, the purple 99, out in front. So these guys are going to get gridded up here momentarily. So we'll give them a second here to be able to do that. Pace truck comes out on the track, and we're going to start seeing some cars pop up here for the A main event.
Good luck, everybody.
I believe once again we're having technical issues, so that's going to have to get figured out before the 358 race. Not understanding what's going on here. So we're going to see if we can get this restarted once more again. This has to be figured out before the 358 race. So we may miss a lap or two, but we'll be back here in just a second for the Silver Bullet Racing League A main event.
Me and you, John.
All right, we're going to hopefully be back this time for sure. This is the most technical difficulties I've ever had. I use SDK, so if anybody's familiar with SDK on why the overlay just stops working about halfway through, let me know, because
All right, buddy.
It'd be really nice to know.
There, how to feel.
All right, so they're under caution right now. We're going to go back up front to see who's in the lead. So it's showing the number 36 in the lead. Patrick out there in the second row. That's who we kind of had our eyes on here to possibly lead tonight's races. He's just been on one hell of a run there in the 99 car.
Can you black clear, please?
So there the paint start coming in.
Thank
John and Craig going to lead you guys here at Lincoln Speedway. As the track is really starting to work itself in, we're going to see, you know, which one of these drivers can really figure it out here on a pretty technical racetrack. Is that what it seems up here in the booth, at least? Number 36, John McKern, takes the green flag, lap 2 out of 35. So plenty of laps here left. As they thunder down the front stretch, sliding up into 1 and 2, coming out of 2, down the back stretch, and we got another caution on the speedway. So we got one around the racetrack. That is going to be number 98 of Taylor James.
I have no idea why it's telling me to pass you now.
Over and around. We're going to see what happened with Taylor, to see if something he just couldn't avoid, or maybe his car got loose. We'll see here. So out in front of him, the number 5 makes a little bit of contact there with the 13. Couple cars behind. So he just got hit. So unfortunately there for the 21, getting hit by the 314. Just sent him on around, but I don't think too much damage there from the 21. Looks like he is able to keep it going there. So go back live on the racetrack to see what's happening with the 21. He makes his way, so he did take the pit there. So maybe a little bit of damage that we couldn't see up here in the booth for Taylor James. So Taylor James making his way out onto the track. So night's not over just yet for some of these guys. Maybe a little bit of a rough start. So as the grid is starting to fix itself here, we'll go back up front.
Rough start. Let's clean it up.
With John McKern still out in the lead. Patrick now moved up one spot from the last restart, so he finds himself on the front row. As the green flag comes back out for lap 3 of 35, 32 laps remaining for the Silver Bullet Racing League. Patrick is right on his tail. Looking to make a move there on the inside of the racetrack. Going to slide up a little bit high for the 36. Into the wall for the 36. Give it to Patrick now. Patrick in the 99, your new leader. Caution is out.
What do you think, bud? You think you're all right out there?
So some early cautions already. So I don't think it's going to give it to the 99 at Patrick. I believe the 36 of John is still going to be out in front.
Dang it, John.
But he almost had him. If he made one more lap, he would have had him. But the good move there to capitalize on John's mistake. John just kind of slid up the racetrack a little too far and found his right front on the wall. Lost everything he had, and Patrick chopped him on the bottom side and had everybody in his rear view there. But rewind, finds himself back in second, because the drivers have to complete one full lap to ensure that you have that position. Some racetracks aren't like that. Some racetracks are you keep your position when the yellow comes out, not who had it at the last lap. Some people like that rule. I don't know. It can hurt or help you. I guess it all depends. Just like the other way, it could hurt or help you. Again, it's all about timing. You know, as you see, the 36 probably likes this rule because he made a mistake, and now that there was a yellow, he gets a spot back. So the pace truck pulls off on the backstretch. These cars are double filed, stacked them up, packed them up. They're side by side here into 3 and 4. Green flag is out for John McKern.
I am sorry about that, Patrick.
99 with a little bit of
You're
a
good, I missed the
crazy start there. So Dylan Roberts there in the 3rd position now. Top 3 for Dylan. Makes his way to the top side of the racetrack. As he likes his mini stock up at the top so far. We're going to see if he can make it work the rest of the night. Big wreck in the back. As they keep it going. No, they won't. The 88 of Kevin Prettyman up and around. Yellow flag is out once again. So we'll go on a replay here to gather what happened because I can tell you right now a lot happened. I think it was a domino effect that just started. So we'll see. We'll slow it down for you guys here. So we're on board right now with the 88 of Kevin Prettyman. That's that Monster Energy car on the bottom side of the racetrack. As Kevin finds his left front into the wall, the 81 had nowhere to go, had to chop it up. 88 now goes into the 29 car. The 29 car goes all the way up the racetrack, hits the 13, and gobbled. Everybody around the top side of the racetrack there just had to check it up, and it gobbled it up. But the 91 feeds the bumper back to 88. So 88 was straight. And gathers up a couple other cars there on the front stretch in front of the crowd. Kevin Prettyman causing the caution to come out for him. We'll see if he takes it back to the pits to get some maybe much-needed repairs, as that was a couple of hard hits that he had.
Let's reel it in.
So he finds his Monster Energy sponsored car
Not everybody's going to win.
in the back of the pack,
no matter what we
as
do.
we figured after all of that. All right. I think these guys are going to be going single file restarts now. Top 3 going to be John Patrick and Dylan Roberts. The TNH Racing 92 has found himself on a podium position. We'll see if he can hold it there the rest of the night. As the cars go to the top, the number 36, John McKern, starting you guys out once again. We've only completed 5 laps, so 30 laps still to go. A long time left for these guys. 36 to the bottom of the racetrack now. Down the backstretch. Dylan Roberts, maybe not the start that he wanted as he is starting to move back. Again, not the line that is going to work best right there for the dirt mini stock of his. Number 7, Chris Allison, looking to make a move there on Dylan. We're going to see if that happens here early in the night. They're going to be nose and tail down the backstretch here. Dylan up on the top side of the racetrack. Number 7 looking to take the middle line. As Patrick, caution's out, yellow is out. Again, Patrick had a very good run on John. He was about to make a move there, again, when the yellow came out. So, kind of a heartbreak for your top 3 guys, but maybe not a heartbreak there for Dylan, as Dylan was starting to move back there off the restart. So the caution comes back out. It's going to put him back to 3rd here. Single file restarts for the rest of tonight.
Harder. Did I touch you or did you just lose?
I don't know. I just got a little. It felt like a little ball that just knocked me right around. But it's all good. It might have been that good.
So the driver out of West Virginia, the 099, Patrick Solari. This is the onboard camera with Patrick. This is what he's seeing right now at Lincoln Speedway. So you can really see this racetrack working in that 2-lane feel. Some guys are running the top. Most of them there are still running the bottom. But as the night goes on, that bottom side's really going to wear out, as it already looks like that's happening for the Silver Bullet Racing League. Kind of a slow start for these guys. We're going to see if they can gather it back together. As we're going to see what the restart looks like from the 099's point of view, the driver out of West Virginia. And there you have it on the loud pedal. Off of 4, shifting through the gears in front of the crowd. Finds himself right now in 2nd. Has the left front almost touching the wall there. Gets a good run there off of 2. He might be able to find himself in a lane to make a pass on John. But John's doing a really good job of blocking each lane off. So Patrick gonna have to come up with a strategy here early in tonight's feature to make something happen. As he does. Yes, he does. Patrick on the inside now. We're gonna go on the outside view to see how close these drivers are. Patrick out in front, the 36 into the rear bumper of him. Now a bump and run there from John. Beating and begging from John and Patrick as they make their way. 26 laps to go. 26 laps to go. The 36 throws it deep into turn number 1. Drag racing down the backstretch for these two. 99. Patrick out in front after a little bit of a demo derby, but these cars can take it for sure. 36 getting real close to the left front there of the 99. So they're going to be nose to tail now. So Patrick Solari out in front, 25 laps to go, 25 laps to go. One on the inside, one on the outside. Really no line is that fast here. They're almost about the same. But the 99 keeps his car there and keeps the momentum going there for him as they spread back out. Chris Allison in top 3. Dylan Roberts now moved back to the 4th position. Dylan's got Joey on his inside, so the 62 getting loose. Hits the 91 really hard, but 91 not even phased at all by that. Sorry, the 81 of Mud Duck Racing dirt mini stock there. Literally not even phased by getting hit from that car. So he moves up into the 5th position there. Dylan Roberts still sitting 4th. Out in front of Dylan, Chris Allison making a good gap there on Dylan. So John and Patrick, the leaders, have been battling out so far. Putting a good show on for you fans. Yellow has come out once again.
Bud, you think you're all right out there?
We're going to maybe see what happened as the number 32 of Eric Steele finds his car up at the top of turn number 4 with a lot of damage to the front end. We're going to see what happened with Eric. Possibly. So Eric sliding up the racetrack. Again, the 88. The 88 finds himself getting involved in a caution. So the Tide car, this is the second time he's been facing the wrong way on the speedway. Heartbreak there for Eric. Definitely not something you want to have happen. But he's waiting on the top of the turn, waiting for the rest of the guys to get by. He's not out of the race yet. He has not given up. As the Tide car has some damage there to the front bumper of it.
I couldn't hear.
Sorry, man.
Maybe not enough to cause any mechanical failures.
It happened. Okay, thank you.
So Patrick,
Sorry, Eric.
the purple 99, the one who we have had the camera on quite a bit tonight, is leading the race after some really good battle that he had with John. These two have just been at it. You know, being as respectful as they can to each other. You know, no dirty driving from them. Always something good to see. So green flag comes out. 22 laps to go. So laps winding down. Not a lot of time left. So, you know, with these last 20 laps or so, really time to find your rhythm and time to find the move. Put your car out in front as much as it can be, but Patrick is the one that leads the pack. Oh, the number 20 of Chris Allison around. So the iRacing number of 20, but the car number of 7. Finds himself looking at the field going by. We're going to see what happened there with Chris. So Dylan Roberts there behind Chris. I don't think it was because of Dylan there. Possibly. No, they still have a gap there, so unfortunately, Chris into the slick, wasn't able to keep it straight. Gets a little bit of a right front there from the 92 of Dylan. No, had nowhere to go, though.
No, we were not.
And the right rear hits the wall on the inside and stops his car right there.
Guys, hold your positions. You don't. All starts and restarts are on the leader, and we hold the position till the
back into the pack. Chris goes.
It's single file. I know you got to control yourself.
All right. So maybe these guys can start getting it back together. A lot of cautions here for your dirt mini stocks for the Silver Bullet Racing League. But the bad is not outweighing the good just yet, as Patrick and John have been giving you guys a show, as we figured they would. The single file restarts are in effect for the rest of the feature here. That was taken into effect pretty early in the night, so you know, it could be one of those things that could help you or hurt you in this situation. As the green flag comes back out, these cars are back on the loud pedal in front of the crowd here down the front stretch. Give it to 99 with a good restart there. Look at a bit of momentum as much as he can, but with the cautions coming out, just maybe not enough time for Patrick to really get it out in front of John like he wants to do. So John and Dylan rounding out the top three. The 81 of Wesley back 3 spots from where he started from the initial green flag. But he's not out of it just yet. 19 laps to go. 19 laps to go. Joey Brewer sitting 5th. Cole Norman in the 96 back 1 spot from where he started. Finds himself in the 6th position now. Got a lot of race cars behind Cole looking to fend him off here. As the 03 of Chris Beavers basically slider line all the way to the top side of the racetrack. Oh, we got beaten and banging. Another yellow has come out for the Silver Bullet Racing League dirt mini stocks here at Lincoln. So that'll be Kelly Wheeler in the number 11. We're going to go on board with him to see maybe what took his Mustang around. So again, it was just some close racing he had with the 21. The 21 comes up the racetrack and feeds the number 11, the
Somebody gonna claim that one?
left rear. So the caution will be out on the 21 car. He will see if race control calls that his fault, which from our point of view up here in the booth, definitely looked like maybe just some close racing there. So he now goes to the back of the pack. Pace truck lights are off. 1 to go. Pace truck is going to pull off there out of 2. We'll find Patrick Solari going to lead the pack for like the 10th time for the feature. But John is doing everything he can to keep it there and keep it close. But Dylan Roberts still rounding out 3rd. Dylan holding off that 3rd spot for most of the night. So they're going to thunder down here off the restart. Patrick with another good start. He is capitalizing on the restarts as somebody in his position needs to be with all the cautions coming out. Needs to gain the space between him and the 2nd position car early.
Right, please.
All right. So we're back green. 16 laps to go. Number 81, Wesley Gwantley, looking to make a move on Dylan. We're going to see if he can make the inside of the racetrack work for him and possibly find himself in a podium position. Oh, Dylan comes down to the bottom side of the racetrack, slides back up the racetrack into 3 and 4. So now side by side almost between the 92 and the 81. 92 basically fending off the entire racetrack to not allow Wesley to pass. Just 15 laps to go. 15 laps to go. Ooh, 92 with a mistake there. But he regains it out of 4. Sorry, out of 2. Wesley looking at, there's another caution on the speedway. So Wesley almost had it there on Dylan. Maybe a couple more laps possibly would have went for the pass, but nonetheless, caution's out. Patrick's still out in front. John, 2nd. And Dylan Roberts sitting 3rd. So that's your top 3 at the moment. It's actually been your top 3 for the majority of the race. All right, let's take some bets, guys. Let's take some bets in the chat between your top 3 that have been battling all night. We're going to give bets out for Patrick, who's in first, John, who's in second, and Dylan Roberts, who's in third. So time to place your bets here with time winding down. I believe we only have about 12 or 13 laps to go. All right. We're going to see, maybe, just maybe, I don't want to jinx it. If we can go green these last little bit of laps as the pace truck lights are off, these guys are going to get it back going. Single file restart, nose to tail, all the way to the back of the pack. I believe we still have about just over 20 cars on the speedway. There we have it. Green flag is out for Patrick Solari. Not one of his better restarts that he had. So we may have to make that back up as John looking to make a move there on the outside of him. Not going to have it. Patrick with a good run there off the 2. These cars are going to go into 3 and 4 now. Patrick on the middle side as well as John. Dylan Roberts on the middle side as well. So your top 3 guys kind of running the same line here. 99 goes down to the very bottom. 36, a little, about a car length higher than 99. So Dylan Roberts still has some company. The 81 of Wesley, another caution is out.
That's my fault.
Another caution is out on the racetrack.
Black coach.
We're going to see if Chris Allison had any involvement in that. He was pretty slow there after the caution came out. So we got a blinker there, that a 28 blinking a little bit. Oh, the number 7 just hard up into the racetrack and took a couple of cars with him.
I need an EOL.
All right, guys. Let's make sure on the restarts that we're keeping pace speed, for one, because there's an awful lot of accordion effect going on back here. And 2, I'm just seeing an awful lot of unnecessary aggressive driving and hitting, beating, and banging. And that's not what I'm looking for, guys. And it's showing in yellows.
All right, so a couple of onboard cameras and a couple of names that you have are seeing right now for the top 5 cars. As you heard Race Control, get on these guys about clean racing. I don't think we've seen too much clean racing as far as in the front. We've seen plenty of good racing. I think it's the back that's struggling right now, but a lot of cars, so
Come on.
maybe not entirely their fault. It's 11 laps to go, 11 laps to go. Maybe another yellow is about to come out, not sure. Because I believe they're going to keep it green on the backstretch here. Patrick, John, Dylan, top 3.
35.
Dylan just hasn't found the rhythm that, and a caution is out. But what I was saying, I think Dylan, the 92 TNH Racing
I may have
machine,
done 34, but I was going
has
for
got the
35.
speed to keep him in third, but every time you see off the restart there and a couple laps go by, finds himself moving further and further back. So if he wants to find himself in a possibly winning position, he's going to have to figure out the line that's going to put him there. As Patrick and John has just got to figure it out. They are the reason there's a reason that they're up front, and you can tell as they
You're
just
doing fine, Patrick.
get an absolute hell of a run after each restart, after each corner.
The massive accordion effect back here because people are
Cody Haddon saying Dylan needs a new motor. Uh-oh.
They're braking hard.
I don't know if
and
it's a
they're
motor
piling
issue,
everybody up
Cody.
in the back.
I think that's going to be a driver
So,
issue at the end of the night.
Something's got to give.
Race control definitely not happy with the drivers so far for the Dirt Mini stocks, and we'll see a lot of these guys back out for the 358 race, which is actually supposed to start right now. So running a little late at the moment, but that's okay. It happens. It's part of racing. As we're going to wind out the last few laps for the Dirt Mini stocks. Pace truck is off. Green flag is out for possibly the last time. 11 laps to go. 11 to go at Lincoln Speedway. Patrick there with a good start. Wesley has been waiting and waiting after each restart to try to make a move on Dylan. So we're going to watch them two go at it for 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go. Dylan blocking off, leaves the lane though there on the bottom. Let's see if Wesley can get anything off the bottom lane. That's a negative. They're going to be thundering down the backstretch here, up into 3 and 4. As 81 not being able to find anything on the bottom side of Dylan. So Dylan's leaving that lane open, but possibly now side by side. 81 to the bottom side. Dylan gets loose there, beating and banging, door to door. There on the front stretch in front of the crowd. Is 81 Wesley going to take the third position away? So almost a podium finish there for Dylan. Is he going to get it back? 8 laps to go. 8 laps to go. The 3 wide. The 62 takes out Dylan. Heartbreak Hotel for Dylan Robertson. The 92 finds himself now in the 5th position as he gets a right front from another car and puts him to the back of the pack. We'll go back up front. 7 laps to go. Patrick Solari holding off John as much as he can. He's been doing a great job of it. John, a lot of patience from him as he's trying to find the lane that's going to work for him. 6 laps to go. Wesley Gwantley making his appearance into the top 3, the Mud Duck Racing. 81 with 5 laps to go. And we got cars in the back. Yellow flag.
How about water pressure, temperature right there?
So Joey Brewer was the one that made contact there with Dylan. So Dylan finds himself in front of Joey. I think Dylan kind of shot him down, and Joey didn't expect it. Those guys just collided, but Wesley and Dylan were door to door. I mean, physically and literally all the way down the front stretch, just feeding it to each other, saying, hey, no, P3, this is my position. I'm going to fight for it. But Wesley won that battle. Finds himself sitting 3rd. 4 laps to go after the yellow flag. I believe we're in the double digits of cautions here. All right, we'll go back up front with Patrick to see if he can hold John off for the last few laps. It could possibly take home the win, which would be a very, what would be the word? Well-earned win from him. As he has had to hold the pack off for a lot of restarts. That's it's not easy to do. Pace truck is off, single file restart. FTR, the racing, been a little iffy, man. Have a lot of cautions. I think we're at like 10 or 11 cautions. Nonetheless, green flag is out, and caution is already back out onto the track.
Any rubber laying down at all?
So an absolute yellow fest so far. Not a good start to the night for these guys, unfortunately. Maybe the 358s will give you fans a different story. Yeah, maybe the track is just too far gone for these guys. I see it. There's a lot of black. An absolute lot of black on the track.
Green flag.
All right, back green.
Sorry, let me just get him.
As they keep it green for a little bit longer there than the last green flag. Patrick on the bottom side of the racetrack, working his way through the slick. And down the backstretch here with just 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. Wesley Gwantley finding himself in the P3 spot. Oh, cars beating and banging in the back. Are they going to keep it going? Yes, they will. Dylan Roberts there in 5th. Chris Beavers 4th. Wesley Gwantley 3rd. John 2nd. And Patrick 1st. 2 laps remaining. 2 laps remaining. As the top 3 are spread out. So that might be your top 3 that takes the checkered flag here in just a few moments. The 03 of Chris Beavers has somebody on his inside. That's the 92 of Dylan Roberts. Dylan Roberts was in the 3rd position for the majority of the race. A little bit of mishap for him. White flag, 1 to go. Now Dylan into the 4th spot. For the final time on the backstretch, Patrick into 3 and 4. That'll be the Silver Bullet Racing League's Dirt Mini Stocks winner here at Lincoln Speedway, Patrick Solari. Behind him, John McKern and Wesley will round out the top 3. Dylan Roberts, P4, and Sean Green, the top 5. So that was your top 5. Top 3 will get interviewed tonight. So Wesley Gwantley going to be the first one we interview here tonight.
Somebody misses one.
You want us anywhere? Or?
Or do we have to not?
So I will get into a channel and try to talk with these guys.
Unfortunately, on the start, if you pass under the start before the start finish line, it's going to black flag you. Got you guys think. Hey, I just missed the shift. I didn't mean to.
Do we need to go to a broadcast tower or anything?
All right, so Wesley will be the first one we talk to. Going to ask how his night went, as I believe he'll have a lot to say about tonight's race for his mini stock.
Yeah, I wasn't blaming you for that one there, Beavers. I know it happens. But it does something that you can't, get under somebody if they do. 'Cause it wasn't you I was trying to pass, but the guy that was behind you.
All right, well, there's
So
Wes.
that dude done wrecked me
Hey, Wes, it's Kyle up here.
2 or
at the booth.
3
You got a
times
copy?
already anyway, pretty much.
Yes, sir. How are we?
Oh, not too bad. So, definitely a caution fest of a feature. You found yourself battling there, though, kind of towards the middle with Dylan Roberts in the 92. You guys were door to door. Not really much to ask about how tonight went, as there just wasn't enough racing action for the race. But just kind of walk us through, in your eyes, how your race went.
It was all right. I just put myself behind the 8 ball early after the heat race, and just a racing deal. Made contact with Sean, and it sent me around. Shouldn't do that, but it's iRacing. And then started far back in the field and had to just try to find openings and dodge a bunch of wrecks. And I think I had some damage at that point. And then I got stuck behind Dylan and couldn't really find a lane to get by him. It was pretty narrow, and he was making his car pretty wide. So I was able to finally get under him, get by him, and if I could have gotten to a rhythm, we had a good 10-15 lap run. I think I had something for Patrick and John. I was just as fast as them, and I was actually just starting to turn my faster laps. So it is what it is. When you start behind the 8 ball like that and had a rough week last week, leading both times and get wrecked, it's it'll take a win actually finishing a race.
Yeah, definitely not a thing to hang your head about for a podium finish tonight. The 81 car has a few names there. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, all my teammates over at Mud Duck and the Majula Say Speed Shop, TAC 3 Defense, all the sponsors that we got on this thing. Appreciate each and every one of them. ShopFergie22.com, all the folks, and Anthony Ray, who keeps me looking good. And we'll see if we can have a little bit better of a race in the 358s and hopefully not start for this far back.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations. P number 3, Wesley. Thank you for coming in the booth. We'll see you at the 358 race.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate you broadcasting this, and Craig and everybody.
Yep, absolutely. I'll move you down. All right, so we're able to speak there. And John McKern, I don't see him yet in the waiting room. So unfortunately not going to be able to talk with John there, but we're going to talk with your winner, Patrick Solari. I bet that guy's going to have some things to say about his night. Hey, Patrick, is Kyle up here in the booth? You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
What a long race that was.
No doubt.
Yeah, a lot of yellows out, but you find yourself basically leading every restart for about, I believe, maybe 15 or 16 restarts. That puts the driver in your situation in the hot seat. What kept you able to keep the lead after so many restarts?
Good question. I was just trying to change my starts up each time, make sure John couldn't time it because John's a great racer. He's going to pick up on little things, and so if I could change it up any at all, that was a big advantage on mine. And a couple times I could hear him a little closer than others, so I may have waited a little too late a couple times, but it was enough to keep him guessing.
Absolutely. Well, what was your thoughts on the track tonight? Was it in your favor? I mean, just with that many yellows, I believe a lot of people struggled on it tonight.
I really like this track. It's probably my second favorite track on the game, uh, other than Kokomo. I love these two tracks for whatever reason. This track's really a lot of times it's really technical and hard for a lot of people to get a hold of, and for whatever reason, I've kind of just found a little bit of something that I can get a hold of here.
Yep. And who helps put your car in victory lane?
Everyone at SPI Stealth Performance Industries. Like to thank everyone that helps on the real car. Beckley Drilling and Blasting Services, Kevin Bailey DDS, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, MC&B Banks, Lost World Caverns, Excel Contracting, Concrete Transformations, Bazell Race Fuels, S&S Industrial Maintenance, Abco Performance, Right Way Auto, Axis Custom Decals, Race City Performance, and Redline Nation Racing on YouTube.
All right. Well, a lot of names there. And well, thank you, Patrick. Congratulations on the win, and I'll move you back down.
All right, thank you.
Yep. All right. So we're going to go dark here for just a second as we need to head over to the 358 race. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. But it's not over just yet, as the 358s will take the track here in just a couple minutes. And I'll see you guys here in just a couple minutes once I get back into the race. Thank you, guys. All right. 358s are back. I believe they're already racing. So again, I was running a little late. Actually, the race was running late, but heat race number 1 so far for these guys, I believe this is heat race number 1. Is you're gonna have Brian Hogue out in front, and the 14 behind him, Patrick Solari, your guys' winner for the Dirt Mini Stocks, is about to win a heat race. So again, a good night from that purple 99. He's got it figured out here at Lincoln. 14 takes the top side of the racetrack. The 99 takes the bottom, gets a better run there on the back stretch. Sorry, the front stretch. As 14 almost into the 99 with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. These two battling out here for heat race 1. Oh, 14 takes him out. The 14 of Brian Hogue takes him out. So Glenn Sharp. Oh, heartbreak there for Patrick. Oh, man. The new heat race winner, Glenn Sharp in the 99, finds himself a winner early here in the night. Checkered flag. Patrick Solari, nonetheless, takes second position, so nothing to hang his head about, I guess, but almost really would have had to win. Right behind him, Landon Payne, and then on number 11, Dylan Roberts rounding out the top 4. So that was your guys' heat race action for the Silver Bullet Racing League 358.
Sorry about that. Getting into you there.
So we're going to see maybe if we have another heat race on tap for y'all.
That's for sure.
And I believe, yes, we do. Is John McKern going to be the pole setter for the heat race? Here's your guys' grid. John McKern out of Ohio, the number 36, starting pole. Kelly Wheeler on the outside of John, the 15. Starting row number 2, Bobby Matthews in the 314. Chris Miller out of New York in the number 2, starting row 3. Nolan Morrow, the number 9. And on the outside of Nolan, Riley out of Canada. So that's the only driver tonight out of Canada, I believe. And the driver out of Texas, Michael Massey, starting P7, the number 5. And Wesley Guantley, last but not least, in the 81 car. So that's your guys' heat race grid. All right. 8 laps will be the distance. John McKern, that was the driver that you guys saw get P number 2 in the mini stocks here. Finds himself up front as he put down a pretty good qualifying lap. We'll see if he can hold off P1 and possibly get the win to start his night off pretty good. Kelly Wheeler there, the 15 on his outside, so that'll be the row up in front. Pace truck lights are out. Gonna be going green here momentarily. It's always a good. These cars are so much fun to not only drive but watch. I absolutely have fallen in love with these cars. They're a little bit goofy at first, but they really pull out the love. As Pace truck is off there on the back stretch, John McKern gonna fire you guys off momentarily to put his 358 modified out in front. Green flag is out. Cars thundering down the front stretch here. John on the bottom side of the racetrack. Got his tires up into the slick, moves to the top now. Oh, we got a car up into the wall hard. Bobby Matthews in the 314 all the way to the back. Got some damage there to his car. Kelly Wheeler a little bit loose there out of 4. Got the number 9 of Nolan Morrow looking to make a move there, as he's going to elect to pick the bottom side, but not enough to pass the 15 of Kelly Wheeler. Kelly Wheeler blocking off that lane. Oh, 9 gets his left front tangled up into the infield wall. Saves it and keeps it going to keep his P3 spot. Wesley Guantley, that was your 3rd finisher there in the Dirt Mini Stocks. Finds his Mud Duck Racing 81 on the middle side of the racetrack there. He is sitting 4th, up 4 spots from where he started. Chris Miller, P5, and Michael Massey, number 5, P6. Actually, he now moves into the P5 position, so Michael just took that spot away from Chris. Chris looking to take it right back from him, as Michael has figured out the bottom side of the racetrack here at Lincoln. We got a battle up here between Nolan and Wesley. Nolan and Wesley, they are the 358 modified battle at the moment. Little bit of a mistake almost by Kelly Wheeler, about gobbled up the 9 of Nolan. So we about saw a big wreck here with just 3 laps to go. John McKern finds himself out in front. Kelly Wheeler looking to make a move there on the bottom side of the racetrack, finding everything, searching all over to find some speed. Nolan sitting third and 81 sitting fourth. Wesley Gwantley with just 2 laps to go, 2 laps to go. 1 spot out of the podium for the heat. John McKern, a really good run there off the middle side of the corners here. He kind of is running a slider line. Uses the bottom for the entry. Slides up to the top. Sorry, the middle of it. Checkered flag. Checkered flag is out. Slide job there for the number 9 of Wesley. Sorry. Yes, Wesley. No, Nolan. That is Nolan. Nolan Morrow with a slide job there to get P3 away from Wesley.
Good job, guys.
Good finish there for them two. Good move there from Nolan, though.
Yep, good job, guys.
So seeing a little bit better racing action so far than what we saw for the mini stock guys. So heat race number 3 to the grid. So Kevin Prettyman, going to get the grid with him here in just a second.
Good luck, guys.
He's got a beautiful 88 car. That thing's looking good out here. So there you have it. The lights are going to go out, and they're going to go double file for 8 laps. And following this heat, we're going to be taking a short break and then be getting ready for your guys' main event to end out the Silver Bullet Racing League Sunday night racing action. So the pace truck lights are already off, so we're going to see them going green here in just a second. Kevin and Craig, row number 1. The DQ sponsored. That's always that's a really good sponsor. Yeah, I wouldn't even mind if they didn't sponsor me with money. If they sponsor me with free ice cream, sign me up for that. Kevin Prettyman watches the pace car go off the track, gets ready to take the green. Well, Craig Bristol in the 39 on his outside. And green flag is out. 88 off to a good start there off the bottom side of the racetrack. The number 39 beating the boards down up at the top. Got the 67 making a move there. Slides up the racetrack, so now finds himself in the second position early in the heat. Dalton Norris got some speed already as he keeps the car on the top side of the racetrack. The number 27 is Sean Green working his way through the middle of it. Was able to get a good run into the turn. Not as good of a run as Dalton had there out of it, though. Still kind of running that slick. But he's kind of making it happen. Sean Green about to take P2 away from Dalton as, yes, he does. Oh, contact there from Sean and Dalton. And Sean did it. He took it away. Finds himself in a top 2 car with just a few laps remaining. Dalton Norris still on the top side of the turns. Oh, hard into the wall for Dalton to the 67. Allows the 21 of Taylor James to take the inside line and make the pass. Chris Beavers, the 03, got some speed. Gonna maybe make it happen. Contact gets the 67 tied up the racetrack. And Dalton finds himself all the way to the back of the pack. The 96 of Colton Nordman about to pass him as well. Heartbreak there from Dalton as he was on second. And just a couple laps later, all the way to the backside of the racetrack. We'll go back up front. Kevin Prettyman still out in front. Behind him, you have the, wow, look at the gap between Kevin and Taylor. But nonetheless, Taylor's out in second, Sean Green in third. We got a battle between Chris and Cole and Chris. So Chris and the 03 on the top side, Cole Nordman on the bottom side of the racetrack. They're going to be side by side through the turns and maybe side by side. No. Cole with a really good run there off the turns. As we see here, the bottom side of the racetrack seems to be the fastest. And a couple guys are still trying to find something up top, just like the 03 of Chris Beavers is trying to do. But losing a lot of momentum there on what he had on the 96. So 96 rounding out the top 4. Sean on Taylor's bumper now. So this might be the new battle. So a lot of battles for the heat races in the 358s, and that will
Good job,
slow
guys.
us down. So Kevin Prettyman, your heat race number 3 winner. And we're going to be taking a short break here, guys, and we'll find the A main event starting here very momentarily. All right, so just a couple minutes left for you guys to warm up, and then we'll move into a 50-lap feature for the 358. So a little bit longer of a feature for these guys. So Nolan Morrow in the 9, the fastest car at the moment with a 16.49. Patrick Solari has been a fast car all night tonight. Finds himself 1,000th of a second off and a 16.50. So just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. So another black slick track is going to be on tap. We saw a A pretty black slick track for the mini stocks, and I think we're gonna see a repeat of that. Maybe not a repeat of the yellows, but definitely a repeat of the track. As we went on board there with a couple of your drivers for the Silver Bullet Racing League, being able to see maybe where they're from, what team they race for, get a good look at their car. So that will include warm-up, and we're going to be gridding up for a 50-lap A main event at Lincoln Speedway once again. Same track, different car. All right, pace truck is there, and Glenn Sharp going to be the pole setter here. We're going to go through your guys' grid for the first 12 cars in the grid. Be Glenn Sharp there in the 99 of Carolina on the outside of Glenn. Out of Ohio, John Mulkern in the 36. The 88 out of Michigan, Kevin Prettyman. On the outside of Kevin, going to have Patrick Solaro, the 099. Starting row number 3, Kelly Wheeler in the 15.
All right, guys.
Sean Green, the number 27. Starting P7, Landon Payne. P8, Nolan Morrow in the 9. And row number 5, Cole Nordman in the 96. And Dylan Roberts out of Illinois, rounding out the top 10.
Hey, Greg, are we sure we put
And the
enough
last
fuel
two
in these
cars in your guys' grid, Wesley Gwantley and Chris
I
Beavers,
don't know, buddy.
are going to be the first 12 onto the grid.
I am the 32 car. I am a weapon. Stay away from me.
All right.
I've got
So about
62.2
24 drivers have gridded up. Just about 24 have gridded up. So a lot of cars here.
If it's like the last one, we
A
may not
lot of
make it.
modifieds on a not very big track. So we're going to see how
I got
this
7
goes,
gallons
guys.
and minus a 48.7 laps.
So a good looking field so far.
10 out and on, 100 cows.
And Patrick, everything that happened with Taylor was on his own accord, FYI.
Okay.
All right, pace truck pulls off there out of turn 2. The drivers are going to be nose to tail, double stack on the back stretch. And Glenn and John, the two cars out in front, going to start you guys off here in just a couple seconds. Green flag is out. And there you guys have it, all these modifieds, geez, thundering down the front stretch here. 99 gets loose early already, going to stack up the field. Oh, no. That'll just domino effect all the way to the back of the pack. So 99 of Glenn Sharp, just a little loose. And a loose once again. Oh, Glenn Sharp
Tell me what you got quickly.
with a really rough start. And the 99 car already back 4 spots within 1 lap. He just couldn't enter the turn. And every time spun himself around. And the field kind of collected up behind him. And that was
Sorry
probably
about
the
that,
reason for the
John.
caution there. So John Mulkern, he led early in the mini stocks. He leads early in the 358. So we're going to see if he can keep it there. It's a long way to go. 50 laps the distance. A long way to go.
Sorry, Joe.
So I believe they're going to give Glenn
that
his
pace
spot
there,
back. So that'll be a
Glenn.
complete
Sorry.
restart. I believe.
What was that?
I'll go to back. I got on the brakes, not him got in front of me. Hogan over again.
Okay. So yeah, they are gonna call that a complete restart. So everybody's gonna go back to their original position. So that'll show Glenn Sharp with a really good second chance. You're not gonna get these chances too often in racing, and we'll see if he can find his 358 a little bit better through the turns. As you can see him there, kind of working it out under caution to see maybe if it was him or the car. Not really sure there, but. Same 2 in front. Gonna start you guys off again. Pace truck off. Green flag has came out for lap 4 of 50. And there you have it. A little bit better start there from Glenn. Was able to keep it straighter into the turn. 3 wide, 4 wide, 5 wide. 5 wide into one turn. They thunder down the backstretch here. John McKern out in front. He's in the middle side of the racetrack. Go ahead and show Glenn Sharp the 99 on his bottom. Oh, sorry, that's another 99, and I believe we'll have a yellow coming out. No, the yellow is not going to come out. That's the 099 of it. Yes, there it is. I was thinking it was going to come out, but that was the 099 of Patrick Solari. So we had a 4-5 wide battle for just a split second. Going on to the back stretch, and they were able to make it spread out a little bit going into the next turn, because that would have been hectic, having 5 cars wide into one turn. But the 099 slips his way through and is now where he found himself, right next to John. So Patrick and John have been kind of the heavy hitters here for the Silver Bullet Racing League tonight. They're next. They find each other next to each other again. And this is the time for John to get his get back on Patrick. You know, John was almost winning the mini stocks, and just so many yellows, not enough time to really get it back. So we'll see these two kind of throw it down here in Lincoln. And they're modifieds this time. All right. Appears we're going to be going single file restarts from here on out. So another single file early on into the night. John Monkern. I think I've been saying that wrong the whole time. It's Monkern. I didn't realize there was an N in there. I'm sorry, John.
Green flag.
Maybe I'll get it right from now on. Monkern. John Monkern. Out in front for lap 4 of 50.
Hard on thing, but
Some drivers queuing up on the radio there. Maybe a caution could come out once again. So Patrick on the inside of John looking to make the bottom line work in his 358. John able to cut him off a little bit there into 1 and 2. They're going to thunder down the backstretch here. Side by side now. Side by side for these 236 up at the top, the 99 on the bottom. 99 able to make a run there on John. Give it to Patrick, your new race leader. But don't count out John just yet. We're going to see if he can make turns 1 and 2 a little bit better than he did last time. That's going to be a negative. The 099 still out in front. The new race leader, Patrick Solari, making the bottom side of the racetrack work. Gets tight into 3 and 4. A little bit of a mistake from Patrick, but nonetheless was able to evaluate the turn there and was able to exit a little bit better than the entrance. So that was the battle on the speedway. Patrick, John, and Kevin going to round out your top 3. Sean Green in the 27, P4, Kelly Wheeler, P5, and Nolan Morrow in the 9th position, looking to make something happen on the 11 car of Kelly Wheeler. So the number 9 of Nolan Morrow will be rounding out. Oh, caution is out. Oh, big wreck. Oh, that's with the 099.
saw me, Craig.
We're going to go back to see what happened there. Uh-oh.
I didn't hear you, bud.
Uh-oh, that was the leaders. We missed it. We missed the big ones from the leaders.
All right, brother. Thank you.
So that's who we got the camera on there out of West Virginia.
Also, guys,
Patrick.
You know, you see cars wrecking.
The 36
or
car
together.
up into the 99.
Yell it out.
The 88 had
and
nowhere
get
to
off
go.
the brake,
Chopped it up
get
as
off
hard as
the
he could. Look at
gas
Sean Green there with the miss.
You know, if we slow down, then we don't have a bunch of
And there you
car
guys
race
have it.
cars
Top
for-
3 is
for a
gobbled
couple
up,
of
so that's
cars
going to
hitting
change a
together.
lot. So you're going to have a new top 3 now on the racetrack. Heartbreak Hotel for the top 3. They were on a good run, and maybe not enough time because they have a lot of cars that they got to get through. So we're going to go back live as, Patrick finding himself in the back. And we'll go see who's out in front. Sean Green was the driver you saw there. Literally with a split-second decision to go high, and he did, and he missed him. 'Cause, he would have been definitely caught up in there too.
I tell me get in front of you, 6-7.
So we'll go on board with Sean to see what it looks like to take the green
Sorry.
here at Lincoln
Sorry, Dylan.
Speedway from the P1's POV.
Green.
And there it is, green flag on the track. He is on the loud pedal for lap 9 of 50, 40 laps to go. And we'll see if Sean can hold off the rest of the pack. He's got a lot of fast cars behind him.
Come on, man. You just ran there wide open, took me out.
There it is. More driver talk over the radio. Possibly another
Over
yellow going to
turn
come
one.
out.
Caution.
And there it is. Another yellow is out.
Did you hear any static?
Beavers, I don't know what happened, dude. That was me.
That's far.
Chris Beavers there was the guy on the radio. A little unhappy with what happened. We're going to see, I believe, the driver of
Greg,
out
I
of
got a
Tennessee.
black flag on that last restart. Did I get it cleared or no?
So he has the 88 in front of him. We're going to slow it down to maybe see exactly what caused it. As, unfortunately, the number 9 car, I believe that's a 9, went up in front of him, and Chris had to really chop it on the brakes, which that's what spun him around, is just the having to hit the brakes so hard.
Can you get one green, please?
So he is now in the pits, and a heartbreak there for Chris Beavers. Possibly the end of his night. Sean Green still out in front. We were able to go on board with him to see him take the green flag. We're going to go back to the TV view and maybe point out some other battles or close racing, even cautions that we have missed so far. Sean, Kelly, Patrick. Patrick finds himself back out into podium position. The 099 thundering back up to the front where he wants it, and maybe he'll get it. All he's got to do is pass 2 cars, and he finds himself in the position that he did in the beginning.
1 to go.
So 1 to green, single file restart. And Sean Green will start you guys out. Number 27, the bright yellow. You can't miss it. And green flag is out for the Silver Bullet Racing League. Just 40 laps remain. Kelly Wheeler looking to fend off the fast car of the 099. We're going to see if he can. It's going to be a lot of hard work he's going to have to put in to fend off a driver of that caliber. As we got another caution in the back. Possibly. They kept it going. Wow. Number 11, Landon Payne, able to keep it going there. That was a close one. More beating and banging there from the drivers up in front. The number 11, Kelly Wheeler, looking to make a move on the outside or the inside. Now we have a 3-wide battle down the front stretch here between Sean, Kelly, and Patrick. And yellow out again. We had a good battle up in front. We had a 3-wide battle up in front between Sean, Kelly, and Patrick. Patrick wants a back-to-back win, you can tell.
Can you get another one to go, please?
So trying to get through tonight's racing action for the Silver Bullet League has been a maybe not exactly what they wanted. Last week we saw a lot of green flag racing, and a bad spell has came over this league, and maybe it's just the track, but a lot of yellows have been coming out for tonight's racing action. Rapid Racing TV will be live tomorrow for the GFI Racing League. And then I will be live on C2C's league for Tuesday. I'll be live on their channel for Tuesday's race for them.
Hey, sir, come in.
And then I believe we'll be live Thursday for another asphalt league. So a pretty busy week for the Rapid Racing TV schedule. And this will be kind of the schedule for the next few months, I believe. I know GFI is the rest of the year. Silver Bullet Racing, I joined in the middle of their season. So I think they're getting close to finishing, but maybe they'll bring me back on. I hope they will. I've had a blast being able to do the dirt side of things for them. All right, pace truck's off. Sean Green, let's get the camera focused. Lap 13 here, lap 13. 27 going to start you off. Top three cars are going to run the bottom side. Patrick again looking to make a move there on the inside. Double file there on the backstretch. 99 almost with a bump and run. Gets a little loose on the bottom side of 4. 11's going to chop him down the inside here, but 11's going to move up the racetrack and allow Patrick a lane. Is he going to have it? Yes, he will. Patrick working his way back up to the front as he was turned around early in the night while he was leading. Oh, number 11, Kelly Wheeler, with a good run there on the outside of the racetrack. And we're going to be 3 wide almost. Sean Green looking back at the battles, but nonetheless is still out in front. Patrick sliding up the racetrack in front of the number 9 of Nolan and Kelly. Lap 17, number 9 on the inside 11. 9-11 battle on the speedway here. That is Nolan Morrow and Kelly Wheeler. Going to be giving you guys a show here at Lincoln Speedway. One's on the top, one's on the bottom. Who's going to have the best line there out of 4? Sorry, yes, 4. That's Kelly Wheeler. Kelly Wheeler making it happen in his 11 machine. He is fighting the number 9 off as hard as he can. And now there'll be nose to tail. Never mind, the number 9 chops it out to the bottom side. Oh, 9-9. Patrick Solari with a mistake. Going to allow Kelly back into the mix for the top 3. Really good racing action up at the front of the pack. The 099. A little bit of contact there from the 11. 11 of Kelly Wheeler slid up a little bit into him. Apologizing over the radio, I believe. Sean Green still out in front. Oh, good run there from the 099 of Patrick Solari. He had a very good run on the middle side of the track. Kelly Wheeler with a mistake. We're going to see if he can regain from it. He's got the 96, the number 9 car behind him. So number 9, number 96, and a yellow flag on the speedway. That's the 314 car. But Bobby Matthews finds himself staring at the wall. We're going on board with Bobby. See what happened with him. So a little bit out of breath from the top 4 guys that were putting on a battle for the booth. Oh man, 314 just off the top of the racetrack and found his front tires digging to the left, and he was the one that was going to be the cause for the caution. Finds himself into the pit lane. Sean Green back in the hot seat. He had a pretty good gap on Kelly and Patrick. He basically was watching all the action in his rear view mirror.
Can you get one to green, please?
But they're going to stack him back up. We were able to get a good stretch of green flag racing, something we haven't seen tonight. So that's the hope is still there for a good finish for the 358s. All right, race control is going to get them all back together in their designated spots. 1 to green. Lights are out. Sean Green, single file, nose to tail. Going to start you guys out momentarily. The track is definitely finding its rubber almost all the way around it. Definitely in the turns, but you can see the top of the racetrack got a little bit of rubber up there. All right, pace truck off. Sean Green going to start you guys out with the green flag. Green flag on the speedway. Lap 21 of 50, so time winding down here quick. Oh, Kelly got a little bit of a fender there from Patrick. And they're going to be side-by-side drag racing, literally side-by-side. 99 on the bottom, 11 on the top. 9 of Nolan looking to knock on the bumper of each of those and say, hey, I'm here to race. Oh, no, the number 11. The number 11 into the 099 and took him out.
Sorry, Captain.
Patrick has been taken out once again in the 358s. Kelly Wheeler, we're going to go a little bit slower to here. So 099. And I don't know what happened there. It just looks like 11 maybe got a little bit of a momentum change. I don't know. That could have been a little bit of a lag as well, because that looked weird to me. Let me go back once again. That just looked weird
Can I
to
get a
me.
black clear for entering closed pit? That was junk.
Because unless
Thank you.
99 got off the throttle
Give me an
early,
EOL.
and maybe 11 just
Well, he
forgot
wants to
to
bump
get.
you getting in the turn, move you out of the way.
So Kelly, I think just not into
Dude,
the.
you freaking shot me and was blocking. So, yeah, I'm going to have to feed you just...
All right, guys, that's not the place.
All
all the
right, so a
time.
little bit of argument.
talk
Kelly
about
and
it after.
Patrick
You guys just let me know.
back and forth on the
I can
track.
promise I'll be there if you
And
want
back and forth on the radio. That's part of racing there, as you guys hear. A lot of tensions are high, especially in league racing. Tensions can get up there. Dylan Roberts is up 4 spots. He's in the 6th position. Wesley Guantley up 6. He's in the 5th. And so far, the hard charger tonight, Michael Massey. That is your hard charger tonight. He's up quite a bit of spots. If my leaderboard is right, he is up quite a bit. All right, back onto the leader here. Sean Green, Nolan Morrow, and Cole Nordman, the top 3, the new top 3. Well, Sean has been up front, but the 2nd, 3rd, 4th position is going to be some new guys we haven't seen yet.
They about lost and I just turned over.
All right, 81, the Mud Duck Racing, Wesley Guantley trying to make it happen on the bottom side. And yes, he does. Finds himself top 5. He's got one more car to pass to find himself in a podium position. That's the 96 of Cole Norman. So Cole Norman's going to have to play the blocking game on the 81, and the yellow flag is out.
I am so sorry.
And Dylan Roberts flipping, literally flipping. And that will end out
Good job, Michael. Holy
Dylan.
crap.
That will end out Dylan's night for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm glad you missed that, Mike.
Oh, wow. Just
I'm
rolling
glad
and
for all
rolling.
of
We're
us.
going to see what happened there with Dylan.
That was crazy.
So you had the 92, the
I wouldn't
TNH
worry about
Racing,
Moncton getting
up
into
at
me
the
when I
top of the
flipped up,
racetrack
but
in the
that one
turn
scared me.
2. And the number 11 on his bottom side.
They were like, oh, shit.
Oh, the number 11 chops him up hard. So I don't know why Dylan was apologizing there. That was not his fault one bit. And just a junk race car, unfortunately. Alexander Morals, what's going on, man? Glad to see you in the stream, but oh, man. Up and over. Flipping and flipping up into the fence. And Dylan, heartbreak there for him. So he is getting towed to pit lane. We'll see.
I
Quite
got on my knees,
possibly his pit crew can get it together. That was a hard wreck, but I don't think that was his fault. Now that we got a replay on it, I just think he got chopped up a little bit. Could have been a racing deal. This track is the track is tight. Even though it's a wide track, the tackiness part of it, there's very little tackiness. So you want to find yourself there as much as you can. So that makes these drivers have to block quite a bit. They have to make their cars as wide as possible to keep the speed. Green flag's back out 26 laps ago. Time's winding down. Sean Green out in front. Northern Morrow second. Cole Norman third. And the 81 of Wesley Guantley finds the 14 of Brian Hogg on the inside of him. So a battle between them two at the moment. But Wesley with a good run there off of 4. He's really making that slick fast, which is surprising. Number 11, almost into the wall. That's Landon Payne. That was the driver that had the contact there with the 92 of Dylan. So it's still side by side between Brian and Wesley. Brian's going to be on the bottom in the 14. Wesley in the Mud Duck Racing 81 there on the middle side of the racetrack. Gets a good run there off of 2. They are side by side 3 and 4. Sean Green has got a visitor there on his back side of Cole Nordman. Sorry, no, it's Nolan Morrow blinking in and out of the racetrack. So Sean's finally got a visitor. The number 9 looking to take it away from him with just 21 laps to go as they come down the front stretch here. Sean blocking as much as he can. He doesn't want number 9 to take it away from him just yet. Wesley and the 96 feeding each other some paint. So trading paint on the back stretch. Those two cars were doing side by side on the front stretch there into 1 and 2. 81 with a good run into the turn, but 96 had a better run on the bottom side. So find the 96 in the 3rd position right now. Wesley right behind him. Wesley hasn't moved there off the middle side of the slick. And Sean Green with a mistake there out of the turn. Loses a little bit of speed. Lap traffic up ahead for these guys. So lap traffic with just 19 to go may cause some interesting stuff between Sean and Nolan and Cole. So Sean's going to have to close out. Chops. Oh, 314 takes out the leader. The lapped car takes out Sean Green, the 27 car. Heartbreak there for him. We're going to go back to see maybe what happened with the lapped car. I'm definitely ready, Alexander. And reckon Dylan, sorry to hear that, man. You had a good run. I think, I just think you got chopped over, man. Nothing you can hang your head about. It's nothing that you can control. You ran good in the mini stocks, though. So this is your guys' replay. We're going to see here what happened with Lap Car. Lap Car just went to the bottom side of the racetrack, tried to make his way out, but collected 27 with him of Sean Green. So Sean Green was leading your guys' event, finds himself in the middle of the pack now, right behind John. John McKernan, the 36, working his way back, though. So we'll see who's out in front. Nolan Morrow, the number 9. That's your guys' new leader.
Boy, I like that.
Cole Norman and Wesley Guantley going to round out the top 3.
I just
So
wanted to give you a heads up.
some new drivers
Yeah, I know.
finding themselves in a podium position. All right, pace truck is off. We're almost done. Almost done, guys. Stay tuned for just a little bit longer. And after tonight's event, we'll race we will interview the top 3 guys out of this. So 18 to go, 18 to go. Not much time left. Wow, what a start from Nolan. On the loud pedal. Seriously on the loud pedal. Oh, beating and banging there from Brian and Wesley. Brian moves back now. And the 099 looking to make something happen on the inside of the 14 car. Brian's going to hold him off for 16 to go. Wesley is trying to make the pass on 96. Again, this track is hard to pass at the moment, so you're basically waiting for the guy in front of you to lead the lane on the bottom. That's the biggest mistake that a driver can make right now, is leaving the car on the inside the lane. As you see the 96 taking it away from Wesley. Wesley with a good run there on the back stretch. So that's side-by-side racing action for 2nd and 3rd. The 81 Mud Duck Racing, oh, the yellow is out. But what I was going to say, Wesley is just able to make the slick work like nobody else has. I think it's going to give him the 2nd position. So Wesley up 9 spots, Cole up 6. Brian is up 9 spots. Michael Massey, still your hard charges tonight in the number 5, moving up quite a bit of spots. I believe he is up about 14 or 15. So good run that he has going for him. Alexander, who's going to be in the booth?
Hot car coming, guys.
It'll just be me in the booth, man. We're gonna have Cody down there on the track, hopefully.
Sorry, that's gonna be on top.
EOL 32.
Believe you guys are at Atlanta. So that'll be a pretty cool race. All right, time's winding down. I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in to Rapid Racing TV. You guys have seriously been changing my life. All the positive comments that I've gotten so many, it's hard to keep track of all the positive comments, whether that be from the league owners, the fans, the drivers. You guys have seriously brought out my love for announcing and broadcasting, and I hope to do this in real life. Not that this is not real life, but for real life action. All right, green flag, 13 to go. Nolan, your new race leader for the first time tonight. And the number 9 got a twin of a car behind him. They're not teammates, but the red and white scheme they got going there looks very familiar. Mud Duck Racing 81 has 12 laps to go to make a move for the lead. Cole Norman there holding off the 099 of Patrick and the 14 of Brian. Brian way up to the top of the racetrack into 4. Gets a good run there, shoots down to the bottom side, looking to make a move there on the 099. No, they're going to be nose to tail though. So 099 in the 4th position. 96 of Cole just been doing a hell of a job holding them off, not allowing that bottom lane. Nolan Morrow, I don't know if he made a mistake there out of 4, but regains it into 1 and 2. 81 on his inside. Nolan is in the hot seat more than ever right now with a driver like Wesley behind him. There's 10 laps remaining, so no, 9 laps remaining. We're in the single digits, guys. We made it. We made it to the single digits. So just 9 to go. These guys are in turns 3 and 4 now. Coming down the front stretch here. Oh, beating and banging. I believe that's Patrick. Oh, Patrick, the 99, up and around, just coming out of turn 4. So they did it right in front of the crowd. Patrick and Brian and 96 of Cole. I believe that's Cole.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
We're going to see what happened with them 3 drivers. I did not realize the 099 made the move on the 96 to get the podium spot. So the 099 really to the bottom side of the racetrack, moves up a little bit. Contact there from the 14, was shoved 36 into the 99. And that was the cause of the caution late here tonight for Patrick Solari. Not his night in the 358s, unfortunately. He has a lot of speed, but not the luck has outweighed the speed. So not enough time there for them to come back and possibly win it. So Nolan Morrow in the 9. And Wesley was the one battling with the number 9. So maybe one more good chance that the 81 has to keep the speed that he has acquired and found. And maybe, just maybe, find himself taking home a trophy and putting his car in victory lane. I know Mud Duck Racing would definitely be proud of that. Yeah, Johnson, I got you, man. I'll accept your friend request, or I'll send you one. All right, 8 laps. The distance. Oh, wow, what a start there from the 81 of Wesley Gwaltney. Took the bottom side of the racetrack. Oh, is he going to make the move here for first position? Negative. Almost had it, though. Number 9 was able to get a good run there on the top side of the backstretch. Was able to shoot down into 3 and 4. So 6 laps to go. 6 laps to go for Nolan Morrow, holding 81 off as much as he can. Look at these 2 cars battle on the speedway right now. This is going to be close. This is going to come all the way to the wire. 9 just 1 car length above, but has the speed to keep him out in front. 81 moves up the racetrack a little bit. Is he going to find the momentum there? And no, 99 cuts him off. So 9 really using the mirror, if he has one, to block. And he's making his car extremely wide on the bottom of the racetrack. So just 4 laps to go, just 4 laps to go. Time winding down. The 9 only has to hold it off for just a little bit longer. As the 81 on his outside now, your new race leader. No. As soon as I get the chance to say your new race leader, 9 of Nolan Morrow gets a good run off the turns. So just 3 laps to go, 3 laps to go. Almost finished here for the Silver Bullet Racing League. Oh, 81 hops 9's tired, moves him back now. That might give Nolan the guaranteed win at Lincoln Speedway. Oh no, 9 gets a little loose into the turn. White flag is out. This is all for the marbles. What's going to happen? 81 to the back of the 9. The 9 gets loose. 81 has to make a move here. Last time into the turn. Who's going to have it at the line? I believe it's going to be Nolan Morrow in the 9 as he keeps it on the bottom side of the racetrack. There you have it, your new winner here.
Good race.
What a battle, though, that Wesley gave
Good
him.
race, everyone, except for
Cole Norman
except for
rounding
Jimmy.
out the 3rd position. And that will conclude your guys' racing action for tonight. We're going to get these drivers interviewed, top 3 interviewed. And then we will see you guys back tomorrow night for the GFI League. All right, so first up will be Cole Nordman. We're going to get him moved up here.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Cole, it's Kyle up here in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
All right, you find yourself in a podium position. Another race with quite a bit of cautions. Walk us through how your night went.
Yeah, biggest thing was keeping the car clean and staying out of the wreckage and staying towards the front, and that's how we got here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You had a lot of guys that you had to battle with. A couple really good drivers. You had the 36 of John, the 099 of Patrick. Kelly Wheeler was into the mix. What was it that kept your car in front of him?
I think just running a good clean line, it's keeping the car low. There wasn't really a 2-lane track tonight, I would say.
Yeah, not at all. It was definitely a 1-lane racetrack, but you made it happen. Congratulations. Anybody you'd like to thank?
No, sir.
Oh, nobody to thank. All right, well, nonetheless, congratulations. I'll move you back down.
Thank you.
All right, Wesley Gwantley going to be up next. The 81 finishing 2nd. Wes, it's Kyle up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are we?
Oh, not too bad. Well, good to talk to you again. You find yourself in the 2nd position for the 358s. You almost had it there with just a few laps remaining. Nolan really making it work and making his car wide. Do you think if you had a couple more laps, you would have found yourself in 1st?
Oh, absolutely. Especially if he'd left me a little bit of room instead of feeding me right there. But, that's part of it. He was protecting. He's a leader. He's got to do what he's got to do. And he drove it in hard in 1 and 2, and I ran the exact same line I had been and put it right next to it.
Coated off the
Yes,
inside
good
wall.
enough. So, it's what it is. I was really one of the only ones not just straight up running the bottom, because that middle was good if you can keep your car under you. And I got involved in an early wreck, started middle of the pack, just is what it is. Couldn't pass in the heat race much, and drove my way back to the front, and I'll get me one of these sooner or later. At least I get to finish again.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously you got the speed to do it, and you got the skills to do it, and maybe next week we'll see here up in the booth handing you a trophy.
We're gonna try, man. We're gonna try. I know it's been kind of rough as of late for you having to broadcast, with a lot of cautions and stuff, and we'll get it figured out. Craig is a great guy, and him and Glenn put a lot of work into this, and Glenn's a great guy too. But we're gonna get this all cleaned up. We're gonna get it figured out. Just a tough track overall for people to race and stay off each other. And I think as people get used to racing with each other and kind of simmer down a little bit, we'll be okay.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we want to thank you for coming out tonight. I'll move you back down.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna see if we can get the winner in here, which I don't see the winner of Nolan Morrow. So Nolan not wanting to talk to us tonight, I don't think. All right. Want to thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight's broadcast. I know it was a little bit of a hectic one with all the yellows. Saw some good racing there towards the end. We will see you guys tomorrow night for this GFI Racing League at Atlanta, I believe, in the next gen cars. And other than that, have a good night, guys, and we will see you tomorrow.